What the hell is wrong with her eyes? Who painted this?
Sorry, sir. I'm doing my best.
Who made that man a painter?
I did, sir. He's my cousin.
We have got to get better painters.
TV, give me some of that sweet, sweet pep.
He's such a groovy guy.
I'm so excited! I'm so excited!
Amy is the sweetheart. Girl who's got a lot to learn.
Hello Marvel Legends and welcome to another episode of Displaying Model Behavior. And who is on the docket today? It is Misty Knight, one of the Daughters of the Dragon. Yep, a character who has got a lot of press and screen time over the last couple of years. She's been, very heavily featured in the Daredevil show and, she's got more and more character appearances in the regular comics. Misty Knight is kind of blowing up, so let's take a look at the figure. This is an older figure from the Rhino wave. She was kind of a sort of half and half split between, there was her and White Tiger as well. White Tiger, very obscure figure. I always refer things directly to my frame of reference. So it's like, if I don't know about them, they must be obscure. She was featured in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon, so she's not that obscure. But anyway, I digress. Misty Knight is who we're talking about, and being with the Rhino wave, she's, a little bit of an older figure. And while I'm holding her here, can you see the main problem I have with her? Because it's all about what you can see and what she can see, because right now I think she could go hunting for birds and deer at the same time. What's up with these eyes? And this is not just a paint thing from, just this particular figure. This is across the board. I have looked at Misty Knights on Google from here to there and all points in between, and they all have this sort of slightly... come on, camera, focus. If I hold it here long enough, will it focus? Probably not. This is riveting viewing, isn't it? But they all have this slightly... It's not cross-eyed. It's like the eyes are just looking out like they're too far. Really, the logistics of it doesn't matter. It looks bad, is what it looks. And it's such a shame because this is a good figure. Or it should be a good figure. But my goodness. Look, I'm just addressing the elephant in the room now. These eyes are terrible. And they ruin the figure. All right, so we've said that. Let's look at the rest of this here, because Misty Knight is a good character and she deserves recognition in like a good figure. And this is so close to getting it right. That's the killer. Misty Knight as a character, she's been around for ages. You can see from her look, this is kind of like a very classic Misty Knight look. She's based in that real kind of like 1970s blaxploitation sort of image, that kind of shaft kind of motif. And the character has really evolved beyond that and, become a really great three-dimensional, well-rounded and well-thought-out character. And it's a shame that that's not really represented so much in this very, very sort of classic 70s jumpsuit kind of look. Now when you see her in the comics, she's wearing more kind of casual attire, I suppose. She's more sort of business and realistic, and I kind of like that. I don't mind the kind of the crazy sort of 70s jumpsuit, because that goes with characters that I'd quite like retro versions of. Like, I'd love a 70s Luke Cage with the tiara and Iron Fist with the pop collar and the bare chest. I would quite like an exploitation sort of wave. You probably couldn't call it that, but that's what I'd be going for, that kind of exploitation cinema, because that's just a fun kind of genre. I think that's kind of like still politically okay to like exploitation cinema. It's like Shaft and those movies are awesome, but she looks like a 70s Bond girl. What was the Bond movie where there were like three femme fatales and they were like, hi, I'm Bambi and I'm Thumper, and there was the third one. I think it was Man with the Golden Gun. I digress. What I'm talking about here is the figure. And if we just look past the eyes, this is a good figure, and that's what kills me. First of all, this female body sculpt, is it the Moonstone body? Am I getting better at this? I think it's the Moonstone body. So, you know, she's got curves. She's got curves and hips. She got hips, lips, and fingertips. And all of these things are good. They stand out. Because it's just a plain red bodysuit, then, you know, the gold and the gold piping, you know, it really accentuates it and brings all of that out, along with her earrings as well. There's so much to like on this figure. It's just, oh, those eyes. It's the eyes are the window to the soul. And this soul says, derp. And that's like, oh, you were so close. What I have done is I've occasionally put the in those quiet evenings, I occasionally put the Spectrum head on this body, and that looks really good. And where have I put Spectrum? I don't even. Oh, hold that thought. Okay, see, look, just for like a comparison, look at this Spectrum face. Like, it's just better. It's better painted. The eyes kind of like make sense. They look more sort of soulful and contemplative. Whereas this just looks like a badly painted figure, and that's why I'm harkening on about it, because it's a real shame. Let's do a little head swap. Do a little head swap ski and see how this looks. See, I don't want to sacrifice. Unfortunately, the head swap doesn't work because the neck the neck just doesn't match up at all. So that's not, because actually I was telling a lie. It wasn't Misty Knight who I put this head on. It was the Ashley Barton Spider-Girl. I've done a head swap with her, and that looks really good. Tell you what, I'm here. Let's do it. Okay, you know what? I just tried to reach her, and I need like Dr. Octopus arms to get around, because I'm kind of trapped in here, you see. It's a whole thing to get behind this table. So maybe in the next episode, tune in and you'll see the Ashley Barton head swap. Anyway, I'm getting way into the weeds here. What we're talking about is the Misty Knight figure. And hey, come on, look, this show is all about the journey, not the destination. So the Misty Knight figure, if we look past the eyes, it's a really good figure. That's what kills me. She has the separate gun, and this is not the right gun. Again, I bought this figure secondhand. She didn't have the original gun, but she actually has this kind of, what is this, a Desert Eagle? .50. I think it's a Desert Eagle. I don't know guns. I just know Desert Eagle from Snatch, from Vinnie Jones in there. So yeah, this gun works really well with the figure. And actually, the gun that she's supposed to come with is like a gold gun, which sort of matches her gold bracelets and stuff. And I'm like, it's a bit too much. Again, a bit too much of that exploitation kind of like look. I prefer this more realistic gun, but I really want an updated figure, an updated body with, you know, sort of more regular kind of clothes and a better, not even a better head sculpt, because the head sculpt is good. I love the hair. I love what it's got. It's just the terrible paint job. The eyes are awful. But for the rest of the figure, her bandolier, her strap is excellent, because, you know, it's work. You know, it's a practical working thing. You can holster the gun, you can put it in there. She's got her cybernetic hand. I don't really go into the history of the character, but you know, she's a police detective who lost her hand in a terrorist bombing. Stark Industries, Tony Stark, gave her a robotic hand, and she went into crime fighting and sort of being a private detective. Formed the Daughters of the Dragon, which is like a Heroes for Hire kind of thing with Colleen Wing. Then they actually were like Heroes for Hire with the two of them, the Black Cat, Shang-Chi. She's done it all. She's done a lot. She's a really great character. And now she's head of security at Ravencroft, which is a great series. That's what makes me realize also we need a John Jameson figure. We need a John Jameson Man-Wolf figure, because those two are kind of a pair at Ravencroft, and that whole series is great. Norman Osborn runs Ravencroft. It's bonkers. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, again, I'm getting distracted. I'm getting so distracted here. What I'm saying is, this is a really good figure. Look, I'm just giving you guys like full-on gratuitous boob shots this whole show, but again, that's another thing that's cool about it. Like this kind of sculpting, the low sort of like suggestive top. It's fun. It's comics. It's what it should be. I dig this. Yeah, you know already that when I get the new Black Cat, I'm going to put that head on the old body, because that's just who I am. So I'm desperately lonely. So this figure is great, but it's not. It's also terrible. That's the problem. It has so much going for it and so much going away from it. Look, also she's got the the gun holster strap. I always think of Gareth Keenan from The Office. It's like, what are you going to do? Phone me. So that's really great as well. So and the cuffs are, you know, sort of a separate piece that move around. So much good going for it, but unfortunately the eyes just kill it for me. I can't be a fan of it. I find it really distracting. I have to have her on a shelf where I won't see like the face sculpt too closely because it's just like, nah, sorry, I can't get behind that. So with that all being said, the only other question to ask is, BJ, what bar is Misty Knight?
I'm so glad you asked, David. Now, Misty Knight's figure is in this beautiful, skin-tight red jumpsuit that has the gold or yellow highlights along it. So, for my number 3 of what bar is Misty Knight, I've picked Starbursts, because they're juicy just like her. So, coming in at the number 2 spot, I've picked 100 Grand Chocolate Bar, because this is about what her arm probably cost. But coming in at number 1, I am going to have to go with Hot Tamales, because Misty is definitely a hot tamale in this figure and in the comics. So for what bar, Hot Tamales is Misty Knight. Back to you, David.
Dave, you Wally. You know, it's all well and good filming stuff in advance, but you have to actually remember to link to it when you're doing the review. So with that in mind, folks, here's some figure comparisons. And here's Misty Knight with the villain who brought her into Ravencroft and reunited her with her Heroes for Hire compadres. It is Absolute Carnage, sporting the Book of the Darkhold there, which I pilfered from the new Retro Doom. Here's Misty Knight alongside fellow Harlem crime fighter Luke Cage. And here she is alongside Jessica Jones, fellow street-level Hero for Hire Shang-Chi, her on-again, off-again boyfriend, Danny Rand. And here's everyone together because who doesn't love a good class photo? A fantastic What Bar segment there from BJ, and of course, now that we've done that, it's up to me to find a position for her on the Marvel Legends Legacy Ranking. Gosh, you know, I really want to put this figure higher because I love so much about it. Everything is great, but those eyes just kill it for me. So I'm going to have to keep her pretty low, but you know what? She does have a lot more going for her than Thundra does. Black Cat, however, even though she has the mannequin face, at least the eyes don't look so weird. So I'm going to put her below Black Cat, above Thundra in number 27. So there we go, not spectacular, unfortunately. That's one of the lower figures, really low. But the thing is, I don't hate her. It's just such a shame. It's just, the eyes just absolutely kill it. With a different head, it would be so much better because the rest of this figure, I think, is really, really good. But you stumble at the last hurdle there and it costs you. So with that in mind, I'm going to give this figure a sub rating of...
I'm very disappointed.
And that, for now, is the Ballad of Misty Knight. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. This was kind of fun. This was kind of a irreverent and off the wall, and I kind of dig that. So, guys, if you like what you see here and you want to see more, join the 6-1 Clicks by clicking the like, share, subscribe, and notification bell. If you want to chat with some of the people who, follow this show, then you can click the Discord link below and join the Discord. And before I leave, of course, as always, my favorite contribution to this show is all the work that you guys out there in Instagram land do. I go scouring Instagram for some of the coolest pictures, photography, cosplay, artwork, and I put it all up here because, man, I freaking love the community and how creative and generally awesome you guys are. So you guys sit there and enjoy that, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior.